Hello everyone and welcome to Japan Newsflash, where we will take a look at the latest news from Japan as well as use them to improve your Japanese. Let's go! Alright guys, let's dive into our first news of the week. The title says, Mizugawa Taisaku Kanwa, Nyukoku mae no PCR kensa fuyou ni. Let's break this down. First, we have Mizugawa Taisaku, which means border control measures, for example against smuggling or diseases. After that, we have Kanwa, which in this case stands for easing those measures. Following that, we have Nyukoku, which basically means to enter the country. And last but not least, we have PCR Kensa and Fuyo, which then translates into PCR test and unnecessary. So if you put all those words together, we can translate it into something like easing of border control measures. PCR test upon arrival becomes unnecessary. So as of September 7th, the Japanese government also announced that they are going to increase the numbers which are allowed for foreigners to enter Japan. So right now it was only 20,000 people in one day, but now they're going to increase it to 50,000 people a day. So the one thing that is still bothering people though is that individual travels are still not allowed yet. So if you are interested in traveling through Japan, you still have to do it via travel groups. I personally have never used them before, but my personal advice would be to still wait a bit until individual travel becomes available again, so that you can explore Japan freely and as you like. Okay, let's jump into our next news then, which says 残業123時間、教員の働き方改善する方法は? So first of all, we have zangyo, which in this case means overtime. So in the case of working overtime, 123 hours in this case of overtime. The next is kyoin, which is another way of saying teacher or teaching staff. Hatarakikata is the way of working. And after that, we have kaizen suru, which means to improve. And the last one is hoho, which means method or way to improve something. So yeah, if you think about Japan and overwork, the first image that will probably come into your head is the one of the busy salaryman. But truth is though, it's not the people at the companies that are the most busy, but the teachers at the schools. The average overwork time of a teacher is 67 hours per month, which is 8 hours more than last year. With that said, Japan is trying to reduce the working time of the teachers for a while now. Right now, many schools are going to outsource the club activities to third-party coaches. You see, until now, the teachers are doing those activities like football and other clubs on the weekends on top of their class activities. So yeah, they basically have a 7 days working week. So in this case, it is really important to improve the working conditions for those teachers. But as always, people are fighting about money, and this case is no different. Even though the set goal to outsource the club activities is until 2025, it is still not settled how exactly they are going to finance it. We can only hope that those get settled fast, because improved working conditions are really needed there badly, as well as all over Japan, not only teachers. So the current situation is that the local government is fighting with the national government or the government of Japan itself about who exactly is paying for those additional costs which are going to happening once they are going to outsource those club activities. So right now, neither side is willing to pay for those additional expenses. So as of now, it is unknown how exactly those negotiations are going to end. But hopefully for the teachers, they will see an end fast. In our last news of today, we have the title 外国人観光客爆買い続出. So first of all, we have 外国人, which means foreigner. After that, we have 観光客, which means tourist. Then we have 爆買い, which is an interesting word because it means shopping spree or binge shopping. And then we have 続出, which in this case means that it's occurring one after another. So if we put all those vocabularies together, we can translate this title as in something like foreign tourists going on shopping sprees one after another. But why is this such a big news? So first of all, as you might know, the Japanese yen has been falling drastically over the last few months. Recently, it has been about 135 yen for a dollar, and this month it has even broken the 140 yen mark. The biggest reason for that is that the US moved towards higher interest rates, while the Japanese rates remain low, thus making the dollar more attractive for investors because they get more interests. And as you can see now, another side effect of this weak yen is that for foreigners, things are much cheaper than in their home countries. There have been examples of daily life articles which cost about 3,000 yen in Europe, but in Japan they only pay around 1,000 yen because of the weak yen nowadays. What does this weak yen mean for the Japanese people though? On one side, big Japanese companies exporting products abroad are making much more money recently because they get even more yen than before when foreigners pay in their own strong currencies. On the other hand, though, especially energy prices and food prices are rising very highly in Japan right now because Japan is importing those largely, which means that they have to pay more for the same amount in yen. So yeah, if you're interested in going to Japan right now or buying Japanese products, now might be the time to consider it because if you're coming from abroad, prices will be much cheaper for you. Nobody can tell how long this trend will last, so if you have the time and the money, now might be a good opportunity. Alright guys, thank you again for watching this week, and if you have any suggestions or any ideas about this format or in general about our videos, please feel free to contact us or to leave any thoughts in the comments. Thank you and I hope you see you again next week. Bye.